Greetings, fellow Earthlings, or should I say, Earth disk dwellers. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of early Earth theories, where imagination and observation collided in the most intriguing ways. Let's face it, the universe is a strange and mysterious place. It's vast, it's beautiful, and it's filled with more questions than answers. It's enough to make your head spin faster than a gyroscope in zero gravity. The more we learn, the more we realize how much we don't know. And throughout history, humans have looked up at the sky and down at their feet and come up with some interesting explanations for how it all works. These early theories were as diverse as the cultures that created them. Before we had fancy telescopes and astronauts eating freeze-dried ice cream, people had to rely on their own two eyes, and maybe a sundial or two, to figure out the cosmos. They used the tools and knowledge available to them, which often led to some creative conclusions. And let's be honest, if you just glance around, it does kind of look like we're living on a giant pancake. The vast, flat landscapes can be quite convincing. The ground seems pretty flat, right? When you look at the horizon, it appears to stretch out endlessly in a straight line. The sky looks like a dome overhead. It's easy to see why ancient people might have thought we lived under a giant celestial bowl. And don't even get me started on that whole sun crossing the sky business. Watching the sun rise in the east and set in the west every day must have been quite the puzzle. So, it's no surprise that many ancient cultures, from the Babylonians to the ancient Egyptians, believed in a flat earth. Their cosmologies were deeply intertwined with their mythologies and religious beliefs. They imagined the earth as a flat disk, often surrounded by a dome-like sky or a vast ocean. This flat Earth model was a common thread in many early civilizations. Some even pictured the Earth resting on the back of a giant turtle or elephant, just to add a little extra pizzazz to the whole cosmic picture. These imaginative ideas were attempts to make sense of the world around them. These early cosmologies might seem a little out there to us now, but hey, they were working with what they had. They laid the groundwork for future generations to build upon, and in all fairness, it wasn't until the ancient Greeks, those toga-wearing philosophers, that the idea of a spherical Earth really started to gain traction. Their observations and calculations began to challenge the flat Earth model, but that, my friends, is a story for another time. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the fascinating journey of human understanding and the ever-evolving theories about our place in the cosmos. Fast forward a few centuries, or millennia to be precise, and enter Samuel Rowbotham, a 19th century English inventor and all-around eccentric. Rowbotham was a man who thrived on challenging the status quo and questioning established scientific beliefs. Rowbotham, who went by the rather dramatic pseudonym Parallax, wasn't buying this whole round Earth business. He was a skeptic in the truest sense, always questioning and probing the accepted norms of his time. Nope, he was convinced that the Earth was flat. To him, the idea of a spherical Earth was nothing more than a grand illusion, a misconception that needed to be corrected. And he was determined to prove it. Rowbotham wasn't just a man of words, he was a man of action, ready to put his theories to the test. In 1849, he published Zetetic Astronomy, Earth, Not a Globe, a book that would become the Bible for flat earthers everywhere. This book laid out his arguments and evidence in meticulous detail, challenging readers to see the world through his eyes. Rowbotham argued that the Earth was a flat disk with the North Pole at the center and a wall of ice, Antarctica, in case you were wondering, holding back the oceans at the edges. This was a radical departure from the accepted scientific views of his time. But Rowbotham wasn't content to just write about it. He wanted to demonstrate his theories through practical experiments. He was a man of action. His passion for proving his theories knew no bounds, and he was willing to go to great lengths to make his point. He even conducted a now famous experiment on the Bedford Level, a 6-mile stretch of straight canal in England. This canal provided the perfect setting for his groundbreaking experiment. He claimed that if the Earth were curved, a boat traveling along the canal should disappear hull first over the horizon. This was a simple yet powerful test of his flat Earth theory. Spoiler alert. The boat didn't disappear the way Rowbotham expected. Instead, it remained visible, seemingly supporting his flat Earth hypothesis. But did that deter him? Not a chance. Rowbotham was undeterred by any inconsistencies or criticisms. He claimed his experiment was a victory for flat earthers everywhere. Go figure. His unwavering confidence and determination made him a celebrated figure among those who shared his beliefs. Despite the, shall we say, creative interpretations of evidence by Rowbotham and his followers, the flat Earth theory began to fade into obscurity by the early 20th century. After all, we had photographs of Earth from space. What more evidence could you need? But like a stubborn zombie that just won't stay dead, the flat Earth idea rose again in the mid-20th century, thanks in part to a man named Samuel Shenton. In 1956, Shenton founded the International Flat Earth Research Society, IFERS, later shortened to the Flat Earth Society. Shenton and his followers clung to Rowbotham's ideas, arguing that NASA was part of a giant conspiracy to deceive the public. They claimed that images of Earth from space were fake, and that the moon landing was staged on a Hollywood backlot. Stanley Kubrick was unavailable for comment. For a while, the Flat Earth Society trundled along, a small but dedicated group of individuals who seemed more interested in challenging the status quo than actually proving the Earth was flat. Then came the internet. Oh, the internet. That glorious, terrifying, cat video-filled wonderland. It's a place where information and misinformation can spread faster than the speed of light. And in the late 2000s and early 2010s, the Flat Earth theory found a new and fertile breeding ground online. Suddenly, Flat Earth memes were popping up on social media like mushrooms after a rainstorm. YouTube became a hotbed of Flat Earth documentaries, using that term very loosely of course, complete with shaky cameras, conspiracy theory music, and lots of shouting. It was the perfect storm, a generation raised on the idea that anyone could be an expert with a Wi-Fi connection, combined with a healthy distrust of authority and a dash of good old-fashioned contrarianism. Section 5. To the moon and back. Or did they? NASA, the space race, and Flat Earth skepticism. Now let's talk about NASA for a second. They've been at the center of the Flat Earth debate for decades, often cast as the villains of the story. And I get it, they're a government agency shrouded in secrecy, launching rockets into space with billions of taxpayer dollars. But here's the thing, NASA played a pivotal role in the space race, a competition that pushed the boundaries of science and technology like never before. They put a man on the moon for real this time, I promise. They sent probes to explore the far reaches of our solar system. They've given us breathtaking images of our planet from space, so why the distrust? Well, for some flat earthers, NASA represents everything they stand against. The scientific establishment, the government, the man. They believe that NASA is part of a massive cover-up, hiding the truth about the flat Earth to maintain control. Section 6. Cover-ups and conspiracies, the occult, NASA, and the Illuminati. Of course, no good conspiracy theory is complete without a healthy dose of the occult, and the flat Earth theory is no exception. Some flat earthers believe that NASA is controlled by secret societies like the Illuminati, who are, in turn, influenced by ancient occult teachings. These beliefs often get tangled up with other conspiracy theories like the idea that the Earth is hollow or that we're living in a simulated reality controlled by lizard people. Don't worry, I haven't seen any lizard people around here lately. It's enough to make your head spin. But at the heart of it is a deep distrust of authority and a desire for answers beyond the mainstream narrative. Section 7. As above, so below, comparing the flat Earth model to the observable universe. Let's take a step back for a moment and compare the flat Earth model to what we actually observe in the universe. The flat Earth model, as you know, posits that the Earth is a flat disk. But if you look at every other celestial body we've ever observed, planets, moons, stars, they're all spherical. Why would Earth be any different? What's so special about our little planet that it gets to be the odd one out? It's like going to the bakery, seeing 1,000 perfectly round cakes, and then assuming the last one must be a pancake. And don't even get me started on gravity. In the flat Earth model, gravity is either explained away as a mysterious force pushing us down, or it's simply dismissed altogether. But we can observe the effects of gravity every day, from the way objects fall to the way planets orbit stars. Section 8. Conclusion. The enduring appeal of the flat Earth theory. So, there you have it, the flat Earth theory, in all its wacky, conspiracy-laden glory. It's a theory that has captured the imaginations of many, despite the overwhelming evidence against it. It's a theory that has persisted for centuries, resurfacing time and time again, no matter how much evidence is presented to the contrary. From ancient civilizations to modern-day internet forums, the idea refuses to fade away. But here's the thing about the flat Earth theory. It's not really about the Earth being flat at all. It's a symbol, a representation of something much more profound. It's about something much deeper. It's about our innate curiosity, our desire to make sense of the world around us, even if it means clinging to beliefs that seem, well, a little out there. It's a testament to the human spirit and our quest for understanding. It's about our need to explore, to question, and to seek out answers, even if those answers lead us down unconventional paths. It's about our drive to uncover the mysteries of our existence. It's about questioning authority, challenging the status quo, and refusing to take anything at face value. It's a form of rebellion, a way to push back against the mainstream narrative. And in a world where we're constantly bombarded with information, it's more important than ever to think critically, to ask questions, and to, maybe trust the scientists every once in a while. They dedicate their lives to uncovering the truths of our universe. After all, they're the ones who sent a car into space. That feat alone showcases the incredible advancements we've made in understanding our cosmos. And that's pretty cool, even if you think the Earth is flat. The wonders of space exploration are undeniable and awe-inspiring. Keep looking up, my friends. The night sky holds countless secrets and wonders waiting to be discovered. The universe is a strange and wonderful place, even if it's not shaped like a pancake. Embrace the mystery, the beauty, and the endless possibilities that lie beyond our world. NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, was established in 1958 during the Cold War, spurred by the space race against the Soviet Union. The agency's creation marked a pivotal moment in human history, symbolizing a leap towards exploring the unknown realms of space. Among these figures was Wernher von Braun, a former Nazi rocket scientist who became a leading figure in American space exploration. Another key figure was Jack Parsons, a brilliant but controversial engineer and rocket propulsion researcher. Parsons' involvement with the occult has fueled theories about the mystical underpinnings of NASA's early days. Parsons' contributions to rocketry were critical, yet his personal life was steeped in esoteric practices. As we delve deeper into NASA's origins, we find a tapestry woven with both scientific endeavor and occult mystique. This duality raises intriguing questions about the true nature of NASA's mission and the hidden forces that may have shaped it. Jack Parsons was not just a rocket scientist, he was also a devoted follower of Aleister Crowley, an infamous British occultist. Crowley, known for his hedonistic and mystical practices, founded the religion of Thelema. Parsons, deeply influenced by Crowley's teachings, incorporated these esoteric principles into his life and work. Parsons joined the Ordo Templi Orientis, an occult organization led by Crowley. This connection between Parsons and Crowley has led some to speculate that NASA's foundation was influenced by Thelemic principles and rituals. Parsons' interest in the occult was not merely a hobby, it was a central part of his identity. He conducted various magical rituals, some aimed at invoking otherworldly entities. The idea that NASA's early foundations were built on such a blend adds a fascinating layer to the agency's history. Crowley's influence on Parsons was profound, shaping both his personal and professional life. Symbols have always played a crucial role in human culture, often carrying deeper meanings than what appears on the surface. NASA's mission patches and insignias are no exception. Some researchers argue that these symbols are not merely decorative, but carry significant esoteric meanings. For instance, the Apollo program's insignia prominently features the Greek god Apollo, associated with prophecy, music, and healing. In Greek mythology, Apollo was also linked to the sun and light, representing enlightenment and knowledge. However, some see deeper occult connections in these symbols, suggesting that they reflect hidden agendas and mystical undertones. Other mission patches feature symbols like stars, serpents, and mythological creatures. The use of these motifs has led to speculation about their hidden meanings. Analyzing these symbols through an esoteric lens reveals a rich tapestry of potential meanings. NASA has always been a focal point of conspiracy theories. From the moon landing hoax to secret space programs, theorists argue that NASA's public missions are just the tip of the iceberg. One recurring theme in these theories is the idea that NASA is involved in esoteric activities hidden from the public eye. These projects might include contact with extraterrestrial beings or the exploration of dimensions beyond our own. Some allege that NASA has been in communication with advanced civilizations, gaining technology and knowledge that remains hidden from the general populace. Another popular theory is that NASA is part of a global elite's agenda to control and manipulate human perception. The real activities, according to these theories, involve occult practices and hidden knowledge guarded by those in power. The question is, why would NASA engage in such activities? The answers vary, but common themes include the pursuit of ultimate knowledge, power, and control. These theories, while speculative, add an intriguing dimension to our understanding of NASA. Section 5. Freemasonry's influence on space exploration. Freemasonry, a secretive and ancient fraternal organization, has long been rumored to have connections with various influential institutions, including NASA. The principles of Freemasonry are rooted in esoteric traditions, focusing on the pursuit of knowledge and enlightenment. Many astronauts and key figures in NASA's history were known Freemasons. For example, Buzz Aldrin, the second man to walk on the moon, was a 33rd-degree Mason. This affiliation has led to speculation that Masonic rituals and beliefs played a role in NASA's space missions. The idea is that these missions were not just scientific endeavors, but also spiritual journeys, guided by Masonic principles. The use of stars, celestial bodies, and other esoteric symbols in mission patches and insignias aligns with Masonic imagery. The presence of Freemasons in NASA raises questions about the agency's true purpose. Section 6. The Moon Landing. A Masonic ritual? The moon landing in 1969 was a historic moment watched by millions around the world. However, some theorists argue that it was more than just a technological achievement. They suggest that the Apollo 11 mission was orchestrated as a Masonic ritual filled with esoteric symbolism and hidden meanings. The date of the landing, July 20th, has astrological significance. It coincides with the moon being in Capricorn, a sign associated with ambition and achievement. Buzz Aldrin, a Freemason, reportedly carried a Masonic flag to the moon. The landing site, the Sea of Tranquility, is symbolically significant in Masonic lore, representing peace and enlightenment. These elements suggest that the moon landing might have been a ceremonial act, guided by Masonic principles. The idea that the moon landing was a Masonic ritual adds a fascinating layer to our understanding of the event. Section 7. Astrological timings in NASA's events. Astrology, the study of celestial bodies' influence on human affairs, has long been intertwined with esoteric traditions. Some researchers argue that NASA's events and missions are carefully timed to align with astrological phenomena. This alignment suggests that the agency's activities are guided by more than just scientific considerations. For instance, the timing of the Apollo 11 mission, as mentioned earlier, coincided with significant astrological events. The alignment of the moon and stars during the mission suggests that it was planned with astrological insights. Other missions also show similar patterns. The launch dates of various space missions often coincide with astrologically significant dates. This pattern suggests that NASA's activities might be influenced by astrological considerations, adding a mystical dimension to the agency's operations. Section 8. Project Bluebeam, NASA's deception. Project Bluebeam is a controversial theory that suggests NASA is part of a global conspiracy to establish a new world order. According to this theory, NASA plans to use advanced technology to simulate a false alien invasion or a second coming of Christ. This event, known as Project Bluebeam, aims to manipulate and control the global population. The theory, proposed by journalist Serge Monast, argues that NASA's space missions are part of a larger deception. Monast claimed that NASA would use holographic technology to create realistic images of UFOs and other celestial phenomena. This spectacle would be used to create fear and confusion, ultimately leading to the establishment of a new world order. Proponents of this theory argue that NASA's activities, including its public missions and secret projects, are part of a grand deception. They suggest that the agency's true purpose is to manipulate human perception and control the global population. While Project Bluebeam remains a controversial and widely debated theory, it highlights the potential for deception in space exploration. Section 9. NASA's public face versus esoteric activities. NASA presents itself as a beacon of scientific exploration and discovery. Its public face is one of transparency and dedication to advancing human knowledge. However, some researchers argue that this image is only part of the story. They suggest that NASA's public missions are a cover for deeper esoteric activities. The agency's focus on technological advancements in space exploration serves to divert attention from its mystical and occult undertakings. The idea that NASA engages in esoteric activities is supported by its connections to figures like Jack Parsons and Aleister Crowley. Section 10: Mythology and NASA's mission names. NASA's mission names often draw from mythology, adding a layer of symbolic meaning to its activities. Names like Apollo, Gemini, and Orion are steeped in mythological significance, reflecting ancient stories and archetypes. This use of mythology suggests a deeper, esoteric dimension to NASA's missions. The Apollo program, for instance, is named after the Greek god of the sun, light, and prophecy. Similarly, the Gemini program, named after the twin brothers Castor and Pollux, symbolizes duality and partnership, mirroring the partnership between the astronauts. The use of mythological names adds a rich layer of meaning to NASA's missions. These names reflect ancient stories and archetypes, connecting modern space exploration with timeless myths and esoteric traditions. The incorporation of mythology in NASA's mission names raises intriguing questions. Section 11: The ongoing influence of the occult in space exploration. The influence of the occult in NASA's history is a topic that continues to intrigue researchers and conspiracy theorists alike. From its connections to figures like Jack Parsons and Aleister Crowley to the use of esoteric symbols and astrological timings, NASA's operations appear to be steeped in mysticism. The incorporation of occult principles and rituals adds a mystical dimension to space exploration. It reflects a blend of science and esoteric knowledge, creating a complex narrative that challenges our understanding of NASA's true purpose. The ongoing influence of the occult in space exploration raises questions about the future of NASA. As the agency continues to push the boundaries of human knowledge, it might also be guided by ancient mystical traditions. The agency's history is a tapestry woven with scientific endeavor and esoteric knowledge, reflecting the complexity of human curiosity and the quest for ultimate understanding. NASA, a gateway to the stars, or something more sinister? We look up at the stars and wonder, are we alone? What secrets do those twinkling lights hold? NASA, since its inception, has been our vehicle for exploring these mysteries. But what if the organization tasked with unraveling the cosmos is entangled with something far darker? Some whisper about a Luciferian conspiracy, a shadow organization manipulating our understanding of the universe. They point to NASA's logo, with its serpentine tongue of fire, as a symbol of this sinister agenda. Is this just paranoid fantasy, or is there something more to these claims? Let's dive into the rabbit hole and explore. Proponents of this theory highlight the timing of NASA's creation, coinciding with the Cold War space race. Was it merely a competition for technological supremacy, or was there a hidden spiritual war raging alongside it? Some researchers draw parallels between rocket launches and ancient rituals, suggesting a connection between NASA's activities and occult practices. They argue that the quest for space travel isn't just about scientific advancement, but about tapping into forbidden knowledge and achieving spiritual dominance. This is where things get really interesting. Could NASA be a front for a secret society, using the guise of space exploration to further its own esoteric goals? We're talking about a group operating outside the bounds of conventional science, dabbling in things most wouldn't dare to imagine. Think about it. The vastness of space, the unknown, it's the perfect breeding ground for secrets and hidden agendas. So buckle up. We're about to embark on a wild ride, questioning everything we thought we knew about NASA and its place in our world. Let's talk about rockets. These metal behemoths, blasting off with a deafening roar, are symbols of human ingenuity. But some believe there's more to these launches than meets the eye. They point to the meticulous timing, the specific dates and times chosen for these events, suggesting a correlation with astrological charts and planetary alignments. Is this just a coincidence, or are we witnessing modern-day rituals disguised as scientific endeavors? Think about ancient civilizations, their obsession with the stars, their elaborate ceremonies designed to appease the gods and influence the heavens. Some researchers claim that NASA's activities mirror these ancient practices, albeit cloaked in the language of science and technology. They point to the use of specific symbols and geometries in spacecraft design, suggesting a connection to occult traditions and their understanding of harnessing unseen energies. And let's not forget about the astronauts themselves. These individuals are often hailed as heroes, pioneers venturing into the unknown. But are they also unwitting participants in a grand cosmic drama? Some theories suggest that astronauts undergo rigorous psychological conditioning, preparing them not only for the physical challenges of space, but also for potential encounters with entities beyond our comprehension. This is where the line between science fiction and reality starts to blur. Are we talking about government-sanctioned magic? Is NASA using these launches to tap into forces beyond our understanding? It sounds crazy, I know, but the more you dig into this stuff, the more questions you start to ask. NASA's true mission. On the surface, NASA's mission seems clear: to explore the universe, to seek out new life and new civilizations. It's a noble goal, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and understanding. But what if this quest for knowledge is just a smokescreen? A cover story for a much deeper, more spiritual conflict? Some theorists believe that space is not merely a physical frontier but a spiritual one, a battleground for unseen forces vying for control. They see NASA as unwitting pawns in this cosmic game, manipulated by dark forces seeking to exploit the universe's hidden energies for their own nefarious purposes. These forces, they argue, are ancient and powerful, using humanity's thirst for knowledge as a means to further their own agenda. This theory paints a picture of a universe far more complex and mysterious than we could have imagined. It suggests that our understanding of reality is woefully incomplete, that there are forces at work beyond our current comprehension. Could NASA be caught in the crossfire of this cosmic conflict, their scientific endeavors unknowingly fueling a spiritual war? It's a chilling thought, one that challenges our perception of the universe and humanity's place within it. Transparency is crucial. It's vital for public institutions. These institutions serve the people. They use public funds. Transparency ensures accountability. It fosters trust. Without transparency, suspicion grows. People question motives, they doubt decisions. Transparency is essential for a healthy democracy. It allows for informed debate. Transparency benefits everyone. Institutions make better decisions. The public understands those decisions. This leads to greater support. It strengthens the bond between people and their institutions. In this essay, we explore transparency at NASA. NASA explores the cosmos. It inspires generations. We examine NASA's data accessibility. We delve into its decision-making processes. We discuss its public engagement. NASA is iconic. It represents human ambition. It pushes the boundaries of knowledge. It takes us to the stars. From the moon landing to the Hubble telescope, NASA inspires awe. NASA's achievements are for everyone. They belong to humanity. They spark our curiosity. They ignite our imaginations. They remind us of the vastness of the universe. But NASA is also a government agency. It's funded by taxpayers. It's accountable to the public. This creates a responsibility. NASA must be transparent. Transparency is not just about releasing documents, it's about open communication. It's about explaining complex information clearly. It's about engaging with the public honestly. The public has a right to know. They fund NASA's endeavors. They should know how their money is spent. They should understand the decision-making process. Transparency fosters trust in NASA. When people understand, they support. They are more likely to back ambitious missions. They become invested in the journey of discovery. Moreover, transparency promotes scientific literacy. It allows the public to engage with complex issues. It empowers them to understand scientific advancements. It fosters a society that values knowledge. However, transparency is not without its challenges. Some information may be sensitive. National security concerns may arise. Balancing these concerns with the public's right to know is crucial. NASA gathers vast amounts of data. This data comes from telescopes, satellites, and probes. It holds secrets of the universe. Unlocking this data is key to transparency. Making data public has many benefits. It allows scientists worldwide to make discoveries. It fuels innovation and technological advancements. It promotes collaboration. Open data can lead to unexpected breakthroughs. When diverse minds explore data, new perspectives emerge. Patterns are spotted. Connections are made. Knowledge expands exponentially. Section 5. Navigating the labyrinth, the complexity of scientific data. However, NASA's data can be complex. It requires specialized knowledge to understand. Simply releasing raw data is not enough. It needs context, explanation, and tools. NASA needs to make data accessible to everyone. This means providing clear explanations. It means developing user-friendly interfaces. It means offering educational resources. Imagine a child exploring NASA's data. They are curious about Mars. They find images, but they are just pixels. Without context, the opportunity for learning is lost. Now imagine that same child. They find the same images, but this time, they are accompanied by explanations. They learn about the Martian landscape, they discover evidence of ancient water, their curiosity is ignited. Section 6. Decision-making in space exploration, a black box. Decision-making at NASA can seem opaque. Projects are chosen, funded, and sometimes canceled. The reasoning behind these decisions is not always clear to the public. Transparency in decision-making is vital. It ensures accountability. It prevents suspicions of bias or favoritism. It allows for informed public debate. When decisions are made behind closed doors, trust erodes. People speculate. Rumors spread. The public becomes disengaged. This is detrimental to NASA's long-term success. Open communication about decision-making is crucial. Explaining the selection criteria for missions, detailing the budgetary constraints, outlining the scientific rationale. These steps build confidence and understanding. Section 7. Funding the final frontier. Where does the money go? NASA's budget is a topic of much discussion. It's a subject that sparks debates and raises questions about priorities. Some argue it's too much, believing that the funds could be better spent elsewhere on more immediate concerns. Others say it's not enough, emphasizing the importance of space exploration for scientific advancement and future survival. Transparency about funding is essential to this debate. Without it, misconceptions and mistrust can easily arise. Detailed breakdowns of spending are necessary. They help clarify where the money goes and why it's needed, show the public how each dollar is used. This not only educates but also engages the community. Explain the costs of different missions and programs. Each mission has its own set of expenses and justifications. Justify the allocation of resources. Make it clear why certain projects receive more funding than others. Transparency in funding builds trust. It demonstrates accountability and responsible management of public funds. It allows for informed public discourse. People can discuss and debate based on facts, not assumptions. It silences critics and strengthens support. When people understand the value, they are more likely to back the cause. Imagine if NASA simply said, "We need more money for space exploration." The request would seem vague and unjustified. Now imagine if they provided a detailed breakdown of how that money would be used. The clarity would make a significant difference. Which scenario is more likely to garner public support? Transparency and detailed explanations are key to winning hearts and minds. Section 8. Public engagement, bridging the gap between Earth and space. Public engagement is more than just providing information. It's about two-way communication. It's about listening to concerns. It's about incorporating public feedback. NASA can engage the public in various ways: town hall meetings, online forums, citizen science projects. These initiatives foster a sense of ownership and participation. When people feel heard, they become invested. They are more likely to support NASA's missions. They become advocates for space exploration. They share their enthusiasm with others. Imagine a young student asking a question at a NASA event. Their question is taken seriously. It sparks a discussion. That student feels valued. They are inspired to pursue a career in STEM. Section 9. Empowering citizen scientists, the power of open data. Citizen science is a powerful tool for engagement. It brings together people from all walks of life to contribute to scientific research. It allows the public to participate in scientific discovery. This participation can take many forms, from observing celestial events to analyzing data sets. It harnesses the power of crowdsourcing to analyze data. By leveraging the collective intelligence of the public, we can process vast amounts of information more efficiently. NASA can create citizen science projects. These projects are designed to be accessible and engaging, allowing anyone with an interest in science to participate. These projects can range from identifying features in images to classifying galaxies. Participants can help discover new celestial objects or track changes in known ones. This engages the public and accelerates research. By involving more people, we can make scientific discoveries faster and more efficiently. Imagine thousands of people analyzing images from Mars. Each person brings a unique perspective, increasing the chances of finding something extraordinary. They are looking for signs of past life. This collaborative effort can lead to groundbreaking discoveries that might otherwise be missed. They are contributing to a real scientific endeavor. Their work is not just for fun, it has real-world implications and can advance our understanding of the universe. They are part of something bigger than themselves. This sense of belonging and contribution is incredibly rewarding. Citizen science breaks down barriers. It democratizes science, making it accessible to everyone regardless of their background or education. It makes science accessible to everyone. From school children to retirees, anyone can get involved and make a difference. It fosters a sense of wonder and discovery. Engaging with science in this way can inspire the next generation of scientists and explorers. It creates a community united by a shared passion for space. This collective enthusiasm can drive innovation and inspire future scientific endeavors. Section 10. The future of NASA. Transparency as a guiding principle. As NASA ventures further into the cosmos, transparency becomes even more important. New challenges will arise, and with them, new opportunities for growth and discovery. New questions will be asked, and the answers will shape the future of space exploration. Public trust will be paramount. It is the foundation upon which NASA's missions are built. Transparency should be embedded in NASA's DNA. It should be a guiding light in every decision made. It should be a core value guiding all its operations, from the smallest project to the most ambitious missions. This will ensure NASA's continued success and relevance in an ever-changing world. Imagine a future where NASA prepares for a mission to another star system. The possibilities are endless. This mission will take decades and cost trillions of dollars. The scale of such an endeavor is almost unimaginable. Without public trust, such an endeavor would be unthinkable. The support of the public is crucial, but with transparency, anything is possible. Open communication fosters trust and collaboration. When the public understands the challenges and potential rewards, they are more likely to support ambitious endeavors. They see the vision and the potential for greatness. They become active participants in the journey. Their engagement and enthusiasm fuel NASA's drive to explore the unknown. Section 11. Conclusion. A call for openness. Transparency is not a destination, it's a journey. It requires constant effort and commitment, but the benefits are immeasurable. It strengthens trust, fosters support, and advances knowledge. NASA has a responsibility to be transparent. It holds the keys to some of humanity's greatest treasures: knowledge, inspiration, and the spirit of exploration. These treasures belong to everyone. Let's urge NASA to embrace transparency. Let's demand access to data, clarity in decision-making, and opportunities for engagement. Let's work together to ensure that the wonders of the cosmos are open for all to explore. Hermeticism. It sounds like a word whispered in ancient temples, doesn't it? It's a tradition steeped in mystery, with roots that reach back to the dawn of civilization. Hermetic philosophy, named after the enigmatic Hermes Trismegistus, offers a unique lens through which we can view the cosmos. Imagine a world where magic isn't just a fantasy, but a fundamental force. That's the world Hermeticism invites us to explore. This tradition, a tapestry woven from Egyptian wisdom, Greek philosophy, and mystical insights, holds the keys to unlocking hidden truths about ourselves and the universe. Hermeticism isn't just about dusty scrolls and forgotten rituals. It's a living, breathing system of thought that continues to captivate seekers of wisdom. It suggests that the universe is interconnected, pulsating with hidden correspondences and profound meaning. So are you ready to embark on a cosmic journey? Let's dive into the heart of Hermeticism and explore its fascinating perspective on the universe. At the heart of Hermeticism lies a mysterious text known as the Emerald Tablet. This enigmatic artifact, said to be inscribed by Hermes Trismegistus himself, holds the secrets of creation and the universe. Imagine a small, emerald-green tablet, etched with cryptic symbols and ancient wisdom. The Emerald Tablet is more than just a historical relic. It's a blueprint for understanding the universe and our place within it. One of its most famous passages proclaims, "That which is above is like that which is below, and that which is below is like that which is above." This simple yet profound statement, known as the principle of correspondence, forms the cornerstone of Hermetic cosmology. The Emerald Tablet invites us to see the universe as a reflection of itself, a grand tapestry woven from interconnected threads of energy and consciousness. It's a reminder that we are not separate from the cosmos, but an integral part of its intricate design. As above, so below. This powerful phrase reverberates through the heart of Hermetic thought, revealing a universe teeming with hidden connections. It's a cosmic mirror, reflecting the macrocosm in the microcosm and vice versa. Look up at the night sky, a vast expanse teeming with stars and galaxies. Now consider the intricate workings of your own body, a microcosm of wonder. Hermeticism suggests that these two realms, seemingly worlds apart, are intimately connected. The celestial dance of planets mirrors the rhythmic flow of energy within our bodies. The birth and death of stars echo the cycles of creation and destruction that govern all life. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, repeats its patterns on every scale, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy. This principle isn't just a philosophical musing, it's a key to unlocking the secrets of nature. By studying the patterns and principles at play in the macrocosm, Hermeticists believe we can gain insights into the workings of our own lives and the world around us. Hold your hand up to your face and wiggle your fingers. Simple, right? But have you ever stopped to consider the incredible orchestration of events that allows you to perform this seemingly mundane action? Hermeticism proposes a radical idea. The universe isn't just a collection of inert matter but a living, breathing entity imbued with consciousness. This concept, known as the all is mind, suggests that a universal intelligence, a cosmic mind, permeates every aspect of existence. Imagine the universe as a vast ocean of consciousness and we are like waves on its surface. We may appear as individual entities, but we are all interconnected, expressions of the same underlying consciousness. This cosmic mind isn't some distant deity residing in the heavens, it's present within us, within every atom and every star. It's the force that drives evolution, the intelligence that guides the dance of creation. Section 5. The principle of correspondence. Patterns in the fabric of reality. Have you ever noticed how patterns seem to repeat themselves in nature? The spiral of a seashell echoes the spiral of a galaxy. The branching of a tree mirrors the network of veins in our bodies. Hermeticism suggests that these aren't just coincidences. They are expressions of the principle of correspondence, a fundamental law that governs the universe. This principle states that there is a harmony, a correspondence between the physical, mental, and spiritual realms. Imagine the universe as a giant tapestry. Each thread represents a different aspect of reality. The physical, the mental, the spiritual. These threads are interwoven, connected in a way that creates a cohesive whole. By understanding the principle of correspondence, we can begin to see the interconnectedness of all things. We can recognize that our thoughts and actions have a ripple effect, influencing not only our own lives but the world around us. Section 6. The dance of vibration and rhythm, energy, frequency, and the universe. Everything vibrates. It's a fundamental principle of the universe, a cosmic dance of energy and frequency. From the smallest subatomic particle to the largest star, everything is in a constant state of motion, vibrating at a specific frequency. Hermeticism teaches that this principle of vibration extends beyond the physical realm. Our thoughts, emotions, and even our spiritual essence all vibrate at certain frequencies. Imagine our thoughts as radio waves broadcasting our inner state out into the universe. Think of a time you walked into a room and immediately felt the energy, whether positive or negative. That's the principle of vibration at work. We are constantly emitting and receiving energetic vibrations, influencing and being influenced by the world around us. By understanding the principle of vibration, we can become more conscious creators of our reality. By raising our own vibration through positive thoughts, emotions, and actions, we can create a ripple effect of harmony and positivity in the world around us. Section 7. Polarity, the duality of existence. Life is full of opposites, light and dark, hot and cold, up and down. We experience these dualities in every aspect of our lives, from our relationships to our inner world. Hermeticism recognizes this fundamental duality as the principle of polarity. Imagine a battery with its positive and negative poles. These opposites are not separate entities but two sides of the same coin, two expressions of the same underlying energy. This principle teaches us that seemingly opposing forces are interconnected and interdependent. We cannot have light without darkness, joy without sorrow, or success without failure. These dualities create the dynamic tension that drives growth and evolution. By understanding the principle of polarity, we can learn to embrace the full spectrum of human experience. We can move beyond judgment and resistance, recognizing that every experience, whether perceived as good or bad, holds valuable lessons for our growth. Section 8. Cycles and rhythms, the ebb and flow of cosmic energy. Have you ever noticed how life seems to flow in cycles? We experience cycles of day and night, the ebb and flow of the tides, and the changing seasons. Hermeticism recognizes these cyclical patterns as the principle of rhythm. Imagine the universe as a grand symphony, with each cycle representing a different movement. Just like a musical composition has its highs and lows, so too does life. We experience periods of growth and expansion, followed by periods of rest and introspection. This principle teaches us that change is inevitable and that everything operates in cycles. Just as surely as the sun rises each morning, we can expect to experience both challenges and triumphs in our lives. By understanding the principle of rhythm, we can learn to flow with the natural rhythms of the universe. We can surrender to the ebb and flow of life, knowing that even in the darkest of times, a new dawn awaits. The geocentric model, a universe designed for humanity. For centuries, the prevailing model placed Earth at its center. This view wasn't just scientific, it was deeply spiritual. It reflected a worldview where humanity held a privileged position. Imagine gazing up, stars twinkling like celestial fireflies. The geocentric model resonated with our desire for meaning. It placed humanity at the heart of creation. While inaccurate, it reminds us of our need to feel connected. Section 10, the firmament, a celestial canopy of protection. In many ancient cosmologies, the sky wasn't just an empty void, but a solid dome, a firmament separating the earthly realm from the heavens. This celestial canopy wasn't just a physical barrier. It represented divine protection, a symbolic boundary between the sacred and the profane. Imagine gazing up at the night sky and seeing not just stars, but a shimmering translucent dome, a celestial shield protecting us from the unknown. This image, prevalent in many ancient cultures, speaks to a deep-seated human need for security and protection. The concept of the firmament is often reflected in sacred architecture. Domes and vaulted ceilings in temples and cathedrals evoke a sense of awe and wonder, reminding us of the divine presence that was believed to reside beyond the celestial veil. While we now understand the sky is not a solid dome, the concept of the firmament continues to resonate with our desire for spiritual connection and the sense of awe inspired by the vastness of the cosmos. It reminds us that even in a universe of unimaginable scale, we are not alone. Bridging the gap between heaven and earth. As we conclude our journey, we're left with a sense of wonder and interconnectedness. From Hermetic principles to ancient beliefs, these teachings offer a unique perspective on our place in the cosmos. Modern science provides accuracy, but ancient wisdom holds value. They remind us there's more to reality than meets the eye. We are part of something much greater than ourselves. The universe isn't just out there, it's within us. By exploring our own being, we unlock the secrets of the macrocosm, embrace the mystery, explore the unknown, and never stop asking questions. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and felt a sense of wonder? Ancient civilizations did more than just gaze at the stars. They built entire worldviews around them. Imagine a time before telescopes, before modern science. How would you explain the sun's movement, the moon's phases, the dance of the planets? The answers these ancient cultures found are a testament to human ingenuity and imagination. These weren't just stories, though. They were attempts to understand the universe and our place within it. By exploring these ancient cosmologies, we get a glimpse into the minds of our ancestors. We can see how they grappled with the unknown, and how their ideas shaped their cultures. Their interpretations might seem fantastical to us now, but they were grounded in the knowledge of their time. They observed the world around them and wove intricate tales to explain what they saw. So, let's embark on a journey through time and explore the fascinating cosmologies of ancient civilizations. Our journey begins in Mesopotamia, the land between two rivers, with the Babylonians. This ancient civilization, known for its rich culture and advancements, laid the foundation for many astronomical concepts that would influence future generations. They imagined the Earth as a flat disk surrounded by a saltwater sea. This concept was deeply rooted in their mythology and religious beliefs, reflecting their understanding of the world around them. Above this sea arched a solid dome, studded with stars. This dome was not just a physical structure but a celestial realm that held great significance in their cosmology. This dome, the heavens, was the realm of the gods. The Babylonians believed that these deities controlled the movements of celestial bodies, influencing events on Earth. Next, we travel to the land of pharaohs, Egypt. The Egyptians, with their profound architectural and astronomical knowledge, had their own unique vision of the universe. The Egyptians envisioned a rectangular Earth with Egypt at its center. This central position underscored their belief in Egypt's importance and its divine favor. The sky goddess Nut arched protectively over the Earth, her body adorned with stars. She was seen as a guardian, ensuring the balance and order of the cosmos. The sun god Ra sailed across her body each day in a celestial boat. This daily journey symbolized the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, central to Egyptian belief. Finally, we reach Greece, the birthplace of Western philosophy and science. The Greeks made significant strides in understanding the universe, blending observation with philosophical inquiry. The Greeks proposed a geocentric model, with a spherical Earth at the center of the universe. This model, championed by philosophers like Aristotle and Ptolemy, dominated Western thought for centuries. The sun, moon, and stars were thought to revolve around us on celestial spheres. These spheres were believed to be perfect and unchanging, reflecting the Greeks' quest for harmony and order in the cosmos. These are just a few examples of the diverse ways ancient cultures envisioned the cosmos. Each civilization, with its unique perspective, contributed to the rich tapestry of human understanding. Their models may differ from our modern understanding, but they offer valuable insights into their beliefs, values, and understanding of the natural world. By studying these ancient cosmologies, we gain a deeper appreciation for the ingenuity and imagination of our ancestors. Ancient civilizations didn't just observe the heavens, they found meaning in their patterns. They saw geometry as the language of the cosmos, a divine code waiting to be deciphered. This belief gave rise to the concept of sacred geometry. From the spirals of galaxies to the symmetry of snowflakes, geometric patterns abound in nature. Ancient cultures recognized these patterns and incorporated them into their art, architecture, and even their understanding of the universe. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for example, exhibits astonishingly precise alignments with cardinal directions and astronomical events. The golden ratio, a mathematical proportion found throughout nature, fascinated ancient architects and artists. From the Parthenon in Greece to the Taj Mahal in India, this ratio appears time and again, imbuing structures with a sense of balance and harmony. By studying the language of sacred geometry, ancient cultures sought to understand the fundamental principles governing the universe. They believed that by replicating these patterns in their creations, they could tap into the very essence of creation itself. Imagine a time when Earth was not just the center of your world, but the center of the entire universe. A time when the cosmos revolved around our planet, and every celestial body was thought to move in perfect harmony around us. This was the prevailing belief in many ancient cultures, and it's reflected in their cosmologies. These early civilizations crafted intricate stories and myths to explain the universe's structure, placing Earth at the heart of it all. The Babylonian creation myth, the Enuma Elish, describes a flat Earth created from the slain body of a primordial goddess. This myth not only explained the Earth's formation but also the origins of the heavens and the underworld. The heavens are depicted as a solid dome resting on pillars, separating the waters above from the waters below. This dome was believed to be a firmament, a barrier that held back the celestial waters, creating a habitable space for humanity. Similarly, Vedic scriptures from ancient India describe a flat Earth with multiple layers. These texts elaborate on a complex cosmology where each layer represents a different plane of existence, interconnected yet distinct. These layers represent different planes of existence, with Earth situated at the center. The Vedic cosmology is rich with details about the interactions between these planes and the deities that govern them. The sun and moon are described as celestial deities who travel across the sky in chariots. These deities were believed to influence the cycles of day and night, seasons, and even human fate. Norse cosmology presents a unique twist on the flat Earth concept. Their myths describe a universe structured around a colossal ash tree, Yggdrasil, which connects all realms of existence. They envisioned the universe as a giant ash tree called Yggdrasil. This tree's roots and branches extended into various realms, each home to different beings, from gods to giants to humans. Earth was located in the middle realm, with the realms of gods and giants situated above and below. This central position underscored humanity's importance in the grand scheme of the cosmos. The sun and moon were constantly pursued across the sky by wolves, their chase causing day and night. This myth added a dynamic and dramatic element to the Norse understanding of celestial movements. These flat Earth interpretations might seem strange to us now, but they highlight the human tendency to place ourselves at the center of our own narratives. They reflect our innate desire to understand our place in the universe and to see ourselves as significant within it. They also remind us that our understanding of the universe is constantly evolving. From ancient myths to modern science, our quest to comprehend the cosmos continues, each discovery reshaping our view of the world and our place within it. As we look back at these ancient beliefs, we can appreciate the creativity and imagination that early humans used to make sense of the vast, mysterious universe around them. Long before Google Maps and GPS, ancient civilizations were already mapping the world around them. They relied on their keen observations and rudimentary tools to chart the unknown, creating maps that were as much about the heavens as they were about the earth. They observed the movements of celestial bodies, charting their paths across the sky. These early astronomers meticulously recorded the positions of stars, planets, and other celestial phenomena, laying the groundwork for future generations. These observations formed the basis of early astronomy and helped them navigate the world. With nothing but the stars to guide them, they ventured into the unknown, using their celestial charts to find their way. The Egyptians were meticulous sky watchers. They spent countless nights observing the heavens, noting the regular patterns and cycles that governed the night sky. They developed a sophisticated calendar based on the cycles of the sun and the star Sirius. This calendar was crucial for agricultural planning, religious festivals, and daily life, ensuring that their society functioned smoothly. Their observations of the night sky influenced their religious beliefs and rituals. The stars and planets were seen as divine beings, and their movements were interpreted as messages from the gods. The Babylonians were also skilled astronomers. They built observatories and developed advanced techniques for tracking celestial bodies. They developed a system of constellations, grouping stars into recognizable patterns. These constellations were used not only for navigation but also for astrological purposes, influencing their understanding of fate and destiny. They also made detailed records of planetary movements, even predicting eclipses with remarkable accuracy. Their ability to forecast these events demonstrated a deep understanding of the mechanics of the heavens. The Greeks took astronomy to new heights. They combined observations with mathematical theories, seeking to explain the universe in rational terms. They developed geometric models to explain the movements of celestial bodies. These models were revolutionary, providing a framework for understanding the cosmos that would influence science for centuries. Ptolemy's geocentric model, with Earth at the center, remained the dominant cosmological model for over 1,000 years. This model, though eventually proven incorrect, was a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of ancient Greek astronomers. These early attempts at cosmic mapping demonstrate the human desire to make sense of the vastness of space. They show our ancestors' relentless curiosity and their drive to understand the universe. By charting the heavens, ancient civilizations sought to understand their place in the cosmos and predict the rhythms of the natural world. Their efforts laid the foundation for modern astronomy, reminding us that the quest to map the infinite is as old as humanity itself. The ancient world's fascination with the cosmos might seem like a distant echo, but its legacy continues to resonate today. Their observations laid the groundwork for modern astronomy, and their ideas continue to inspire artists, writers, and thinkers. The names of constellations we use today, for example, are largely inherited from the Greeks and Babylonians. Their myths and legends about the stars continue to capture our imaginations. The study of ancient cosmologies also offers a valuable reminder that our current understanding of the universe is not the final word. Just as ancient models were eventually replaced by more accurate ones, our current models may one day be superseded by even more comprehensive theories. So the next time you gaze up at the night sky, remember the ancient civilizations who looked upon these same stars with wonder and awe. Their stories remind us that the quest to understand the universe is a timeless human endeavor, one that continues to shape our understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos.
For thousands of years, eclipses have been steeped in myths, feared as omens of doom or celebrated as divine messages. Each culture has woven its own tales around these celestial events, trying to make sense of the inexplicable sight of the sun or moon disappearing from the sky. The earliest human reactions to eclipses often sprang from a sense of awe and fear. How could the mighty sun or moon be devoured or hidden? Civilizations around the world built stories to explain this rare cosmic event.
In ancient China, people believed that solar eclipses were caused by a celestial dragon attempting to devour the sun. Drums and other loud noises were used to scare away the dragon, returning light to the sky. This tradition persisted for centuries, reflecting the deep belief that eclipses could alter fate.
In Norse mythology, two wolves, Skoll and Hati, were thought to be chasing the sun and the moon. An eclipse represented the wolves nearly catching their prey. People believed that if they didn't make noise to frighten the wolves away, the world could be plunged into permanent darkness.
From Norse legends to the Navajo in North America, who saw eclipses as a time for spiritual reflection, myths about eclipses helped shape each culture's spiritual landscape. Beyond the myths explaining the disappearance of the sun or moon, eclipses were often seen as signs of significant changes or impending disasters. Rulers and warriors looked to the sky, interpreting celestial events as signs for their reign or battles.
The Babylonians were among the first to record and study eclipses systematically. They believed solar eclipses foretold the deaths of kings or catastrophes, particularly when these events coincided with significant battles. Their scholars advised leaders based on the stars, blending astronomy with the divine, seeing eclipses as warnings or messages from the gods.
Eclipses marked a pause, a fear, and a reconsideration. The Battle of Pelusium in 525 BCE is said to have taken place during an eclipse, unsettling soldiers who saw it as a bad omen. Centuries later, a lunar eclipse reportedly frightened Christopher Columbus's crew, who feared that the gods were angry at them. Historian 2, eclipses weren't just omens of doom, they also carried the promise of power. In 1453, an eclipse reportedly appeared in the sky over Constantinople as the city fell, leading some to believe the eclipse sealed the fate of the Byzantine Empire. Religions around the world have also drawn upon the symbolism of eclipses. From ancient pagan traditions to modern interpretations, eclipses have represented cycles of renewal, the battle between light and darkness, and the dance between life and death. Theologian. In Hinduism, eclipses are related to the demon Rahu, who tried to drink the nectar of immortality but was beheaded by Vishnu. Rahu's disembodied head, still thirsty for the nectar, occasionally devours the sun or moon, causing an eclipse. This story reflects a cosmic struggle between light and darkness, with the universe itself acting as a stage for divine forces. The Mayans tracked eclipses with remarkable precision, seeing them as part of the cosmic order rather than random disruptions. They observed these events as signs from the gods, leading to rituals that sought harmony with the universe's cycle. Theologian. Even today, some see eclipses as spiritual symbols of personal change. In astrology, solar eclipses are seen as powerful times for new beginnings, while lunar eclipses are moments to release what no longer serves us. In the modern world, eclipses are not only astronomical events, but opportunities for spiritual transformation. Many seek to harness the energy of eclipses, believing that these celestial moments open a doorway for personal growth and insight. Spiritual leader. Eclipses are powerful metaphors. When the sun or moon is hidden, it represents a time to look within, to consider what might be hidden in our own lives. It's a time of cleansing and intention setting. New Age believers frequently view solar eclipses as moments to set new intentions, while lunar eclipses are said to aid in letting go of old patterns. These ideas reflect the belief that eclipses offer a symbolic moment to realign with one's purpose or to manifest change. Spiritual leader. In astrology, solar eclipses are moments to reset, aligned with the new moon's energy. Lunar eclipses, on the other hand, are seen as supercharged full moons, bringing hidden emotions to the surface. This interpretation mirrors ancient beliefs but has evolved to meet modern spiritual needs. Whether skeptics or believers, people continue to attribute profound significance to eclipses, finding meaning in this cosmic shadow play that echoes across time. Despite scientific explanations, the mythical and symbolic meanings of eclipses continue to resonate. Today, we live in a world where science and mysticism often intersect, each offering a different lens to view the same phenomenon. astronomer. For us, eclipses are predictable, measurable events, amazing to study and understand, but grounded in celestial mechanics. Yet the sense of wonder is still there. Knowing the science doesn't lessen the magic, it deepens it. Eclipses provide a rare occasion where science and spirituality meet in harmony. To some, they're reminders of the vastness of the universe. To others, a time for personal reflection. And perhaps eclipses offer us both a reason to look up and wonder, and a reminder to look within. Eclipses transcend boundaries, bridging ancient traditions and modern interpretations. They remind us that despite our scientific advances, there's still a space for mystery and magic in our lives. In a world where knowledge and belief often conflict, eclipses stand as rare events that inspire both. As the shadow passes and the sun or moon returns, we're reminded of the cycle of darkness and light, of endings and beginnings. Eclipses may only last moments, but their impact lingers in stories, in beliefs, and in the hearts of those who witness them.
Conspiracy theories have captivated the human imagination for centuries. They offer alternative explanations for events, often challenging official narratives. The allure of the unknown, coupled with a desire to uncover hidden truths, fuels their popularity. From extraterrestrial life to celestial bodies, space exploration ignites our curiosity. These theories often stem from skepticism of authority and a belief that information is being withheld. Whether it's questioning the moon landing or speculating about Area 51, conspiracy theorists challenge accepted narratives. Understanding these beliefs offers insights into societal anxieties and distrust in institutions. The Apollo 11 mission, a pinnacle of human achievement, has also faced intense scrutiny. The moon landing hoax theory claims the event was staged by the US government.
Proponents point to anomalies in photographic and video evidence. The lack of stars in lunar photos and the waving American flag are often cited.
These claims have been debunked by scientists and photographic experts. The lack of stars is due to camera limitations, and the flag's movement is due to its mounting.
Despite overwhelming evidence, the conspiracy theory persists. It speaks to the power of doubt, fueled by distrust in the government. The moon landing hoax theory highlights the enduring allure of conspiracy theories. Area 51, shrouded in secrecy, has long been a focal point for conspiracy theories. This classified Air Force facility fuels speculation about hidden technologies and extraterrestrial contact. The government's reluctance to acknowledge its existence intensifies public fascination. Numerous UFO sightings near Area 51 have been reported, often lacking concrete evidence. The base is believed to be a testing ground for experimental aircraft and advanced weapon systems. The secrecy is likely due to national security concerns. Despite the lack of evidence, Area 51 continues to captivate the public imagination.
NASA's Mars missions have captivated the world, but also attracted skepticism. Some question the authenticity of data and images from Mars rovers. Proponents argue the rovers are transmitting images from remote Earth locations. Others claim NASA is altering images to conceal evidence of extraterrestrial life. The unusual shapes of Martian rocks are interpreted as signs of artificial structures. While often based on speculation, these claims highlight the human desire to find meaning. The vast distances and technological limitations create gaps in understanding, fertile ground for conspiracy theories.
The appeal of conspiracy theories can be attributed to psychological factors. Distrust in authority, a desire for simplified explanations, and the allure of the unknown contribute to their popularity. Understanding these motivations is crucial for addressing misinformation. Distrust in government institutions is often rooted in historical events. The perception of withheld information reinforces these beliefs. The human brain seeks patterns and meaning, and conspiracy theories offer simplistic explanations. They appeal to our desire for clear narratives, often overlooking contradictory evidence. The vastness of space provides fertile ground for such explanations. Humans are naturally curious, drawn to mysteries and hidden truths. Conspiracy theories tap into this sense of wonder, challenging conventional wisdom. Conspiracy theories can have real-world consequences, particularly in space exploration. By undermining trust in scientific institutions, they hinder progress and erode public support. Distrust in NASA or other agencies undermines the credibility of their findings. This distrust makes meaningful dialogue about space exploration challenging. Misinformation creates skepticism, making it difficult to garner public support. Conspiracy theories divert attention and resources from legitimate scientific inquiry. Addressing misinformation requires time and effort, hindering progress. Promoting critical thinking and media literacy can help ensure space exploration continues to inspire wonder and curiosity.
Since the dawn of time, humanity has gazed upon the cosmos with wonder and awe. The night sky, with its myriad of stars, planets, and other celestial bodies, has always been a source of inspiration and mystery. From the earliest days of human history, people have looked up at the heavens and pondered their place in the universe. The celestial tapestry, adorned with twinkling stars and celestial wanderers, has captivated our imaginations for millennia. Each star, each comet, each planet tells a story that has been passed down through generations. Ancient star maps and celestial charts are a testament to our ancestors' dedication to understanding the cosmos. Among these celestial wonders, eclipses have held a special place in our collective psyche. These rare events where the sun or moon is obscured have been observed with a mix of fear and fascination. The dramatic changes in the sky during an eclipse have always been a source of wonder. These rare and dramatic events where the sun or moon appears to be consumed by darkness have inspired countless myths, legends, and rituals across cultures. Ancient civilizations often saw eclipses as omens, messages from the gods, or signs of significant changes to come. Rituals were performed to appease the gods and ensure the return of the sun or moon. For ancient civilizations, the predictable movements of the sun and moon marked the passage of time and the rhythm of life. Sundials and calendar stones were used to track the movements of these celestial bodies, helping to organize agricultural activities, religious ceremonies, and daily life. These celestial bodies were not merely astronomical objects, but were often deified and revered as powerful deities. The sun and moon were seen as gods and goddesses, with temples and monuments built in their honor. These deities were believed to control the forces of nature and influence human destiny. Eclipses, however, disrupted this cosmic order, casting an eerie pall over the world and instilling a sense of primal fear and uncertainty in the hearts of humankind. The sudden darkness during a solar eclipse or the blood-red hue of a lunar eclipse was seen as a sign of impending doom or divine displeasure. The sudden disappearance of the sun, the life-giver, plunged the world into an unsettling twilight, causing animals to behave strangely and people to react with fear and confusion. The eerie light during an eclipse created an otherworldly atmosphere, heightening the sense of unease, while the moon, normally a beacon in the night sky, transformed into a blood-red orb. This transformation was often interpreted as a sign of war, famine, or other disasters. The blood-red moon or blood moon became a powerful symbol in many cultures, representing both danger and transformation. These celestial events were seen as deeply symbolic, often interpreted as signs of divine wrath, cosmic chaos, or profound change. Ancient texts and scrolls are filled with interpretations of eclipses, each culture offering its own unique perspective on these awe-inspiring events. The myths and legends that arose from these events offer a fascinating glimpse into the human psyche and our enduring quest to understand the universe around us. These stories, passed down through generations, reflect our deep connection to the cosmos and our desire to find meaning in the patterns of the sky. From ancient storytellers to modern astronomers, the cosmic ballet continues to inspire and captivate us, reminding us of our place in the vast universe. Across cultures, the motif of a celestial monster devouring the sun or moon during an eclipse is remarkably consistent. These myths reflect a deep-seated human fear of the unknown and the power of the natural world.
In ancient China, a celestial dragon was believed to consume the sun, its fiery breath casting an ominous shadow upon the earth. To frighten the dragon away and restore the sun's light, people would bang drums, clash cymbals, and make as much noise as possible.
Similarly, in Norse mythology, the wolf skull and hati chased the sun and moon respectively. During an eclipse, it was believed that one of these monstrous wolves had finally caught its prey, threatening to plunge the world into eternal darkness.
Vikings would light bonfires and make loud noises to scare the wolf away, hoping to restore balance to the cosmos. These myths, though separated by time and geography, share a common theme: the belief that eclipses were caused by supernatural entities attempting to disrupt the cosmic order.
They highlight the human need to explain the inexplicable and to find meaning in the seemingly chaotic events of the natural world. The sudden disappearance of the sun or moon during an eclipse was often interpreted as a harbinger of doom and misfortune. This celestial event, where the familiar and reliable light of the sun or moon was obscured, struck fear into the hearts of ancient peoples. They saw it as a disruption of the natural order, a sign that something was terribly wrong in the cosmos. Throughout history, eclipses have been linked to a wide range of calamities, from natural disasters to political upheaval. Earthquakes, floods, and other natural catastrophes were often attributed to the anger of the gods, who were believed to be expressing their displeasure through these dramatic celestial events. Political instability and the fall of empires were also seen as consequences of these ominous signs in the sky.
In ancient Mesopotamia, for example, eclipses were seen as omens of ill fortune for the king and his kingdom. The Mesopotamians had a sophisticated system of astrology, and their astrologers would carefully record and interpret the movements of the stars and planets. An eclipse was considered a particularly powerful and dangerous omen, often leading to elaborate rituals and sacrifices to avert the predicted disaster. Astrologers would meticulously study the heavens, believing that they could predict the future by interpreting these celestial signs. They would spend countless hours observing the night sky, making detailed records of the positions and movements of celestial bodies. Their interpretations were taken very seriously by the rulers and the general populace, who believed that the astrologers had the power to foresee and perhaps even influence future events.
In some cultures, eclipses were associated with the deaths of rulers or the fall of empires. The sudden darkening of the sky was seen as a sign that the gods were displeased with the current ruler, and that a change in leadership was imminent. This belief was so strong that some rulers would go to great lengths to avoid being in power during an eclipse, even temporarily abdicating their thrones to avoid the perceived curse. The ancient Greeks believed that a solar eclipse presaged the death of a king. This belief was rooted in their mythology and religious practices, which held that the sun was a powerful deity whose light was essential for life and prosperity. The sudden disappearance of the sun during an eclipse was seen as a sign that this divine power was withdrawing its favor, and that the current ruler's time was coming to an end. While the Inca civilization in South America viewed eclipses as signs of divine displeasure, often leading to human sacrifices to appease the gods, the Incas believed that the sun was a god who required regular offerings to maintain its strength and vitality. An eclipse was seen as a sign that the sun god was angry or weakened, and that extraordinary measures were needed to restore balance and harmony to the world. The fear and uncertainty surrounding eclipses often led to desperate measures as people sought to understand and mitigate the perceived threat. Communities would come together to perform rituals, offer sacrifices, and seek the guidance of their religious and spiritual leaders. These collective efforts were aimed at appeasing the gods and restoring the natural order, reflecting the deep-seated belief that human actions could influence the course of cosmic events. These beliefs, though seemingly irrational in the light of modern science, reflect the profound impact that eclipses had on the human psyche. The dramatic and awe-inspiring nature of an eclipse, with its sudden darkness and eerie stillness, left a lasting impression on those who witnessed it. Even today, eclipses continue to captivate our imagination, reminding us of the powerful and mysterious forces that govern our universe. In a world where the celestial bodies were seen as divine entities, any disruption to their movements was interpreted as a sign of cosmic significance. The sun, moon, and stars were not just distant objects in the sky, but powerful deities whose actions had direct and immediate consequences for life on Earth. Eclipses, as dramatic interruptions of the regular celestial order, were seen as messages from these divine beings demanding attention and action from the human world. Section 4. Dragon Slayers and Skywolves, Legends of Eclipse Combat. Many cultures developed myths and legends surrounding heroic figures who battled these celestial monsters to restore light to the world. These stories often served as metaphors for the struggle between good and evil, light and darkness.
In Hindu mythology, the demon Rahu is depicted as a serpent-like creature who swallows the sun or moon, causing eclipses. However, the deities Vishnu or Shiva are said to intervene, fighting off the demon and releasing the celestial body from its grasp.
These myths, often featuring epic battles and divine intervention, provided a sense of hope and reassurance to ancient civilizations. They reinforced the belief that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, order would ultimately prevail, and the cosmic balance would be restored. Section 5. Death and Rebirth. The cyclic nature of celestial phenomena. Eclipses, with their dramatic transitions from light to darkness and back again, have fascinated humanity for millennia. These celestial events are not just spectacular to witness but also hold deep symbolic meanings across various cultures and epochs. They have been associated with the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. The way the sun or moon disappears and then reappears mirrors the natural rhythms of the world, reflecting the endless cycles that govern our existence. The disappearance and reappearance of the sun or moon during an eclipse is a powerful metaphor for the cycles we observe in nature. These cycles are evident in the changing seasons, where each season gives way to the next in a predictable, yet ever-changing dance. The changing seasons, from the blooming of spring to the dormancy of winter, illustrate the cycle of growth, decay, and renewal. Each season has its own unique beauty and significance, contributing to the overall balance of the natural world. Similarly, the waxing and waning of the moon, with its phases from new moon to full moon and back again, is another example of these natural cycles. The lunar cycle has been used for centuries to mark time, guide agricultural practices, and even influence human behavior. The cycle of life itself, from birth to death and then to rebirth, is perhaps the most profound of all. This cycle is evident in the generational turnover of plants, animals, and even human societies. Each new generation builds upon the legacy of the previous one, continuing the cycle of life. In some cultures, solar eclipses were linked to the death of the old and the birth of the new. Ancient civilizations often viewed these events with a mix of awe and fear, interpreting them as omens or messages from the gods. The darkness that enveloped the world during an eclipse was seen as a symbolic death, a time when the usual order of things was temporarily suspended. This period of darkness provided an opportunity for introspection and renewal, a chance to reflect on the past and prepare for the future. Many cultures developed rituals and practices to mark this time of introspection and renewal. People would meditate, perform ceremonies, and engage in activities designed to cleanse the spirit and prepare for a new beginning. The reappearance of the sun signaled a rebirth, a return to normalcy, and the promise of new beginnings. This moment was often celebrated with joy and relief, as it marked the end of the period of darkness and the start of a new cycle. A time for new beginnings and fresh starts, the end of an eclipse was a powerful reminder of the resilience of life and the inevitability of renewal. It symbolized hope and the endless possibilities that come with each new day. This cyclical symbolism imbued eclipses with a sense of hope and optimism, reminding people that even in the darkest of times, light would eventually return. The cycles of nature provided a comforting assurance that life would continue, no matter the challenges faced. The return of light after darkness was a powerful metaphor for resilience and perseverance. It taught that no matter how difficult the circumstances, there is always the potential for a new beginning and a brighter future. The cyclical nature of eclipses provided a sense of comfort and continuity in a world often characterized by uncertainty and change. These celestial events served as a reminder of the enduring patterns that govern our universe. They served as a reminder that just as the sun and moon inevitably returned after an eclipse, so too would life continue, even in the face of adversity. The cycles of the cosmos mirrored the cycles of our own lives, offering a sense of stability and hope. So too would life continue, even in the face of adversity. The resilience of nature and the cyclical patterns of the cosmos provided a powerful reminder of the enduring strength and continuity of life itself. Imagine a time before electricity, when the world was cloaked in darkness after sunset. The night sky was a vast, mysterious expanse, a canvas of endless possibilities and unknowns. Stars twinkled like celestial fireflies, each one a distant beacon of light in the inky blackness, The moon, a beacon in the darkness, guided travelers and illuminated the night, casting a gentle glow over the ancient world. Then, without warning, the moon would disappear, swallowed by the shadow of the earth. The sun too would vanish in the middle of the day, plunging the world into an eerie twilight. These were eclipses, celestial events that captivated and terrified our ancestors, leaving them in awe and fear. They were seen as omens, messages from the gods, and portents of great change, often interpreted by priests and shamans. Ancient civilizations around the world developed elaborate myths and legends to explain these celestial phenomena, weaving stories that blended the divine with the cosmic. These stories, passed down through generations, reflect the deep reverence and fear that eclipses inspired, becoming a vital part of their cultural heritage. For ancient people, the heavens held immense power, a realm of gods and spirits that influenced their daily lives. The regular movements of the sun and moon dictated their lives, marking the passage of time and the changing seasons, guiding their agricultural practices and rituals. Eclipses, with their sudden disruption of this celestial order, were deeply unsettling, often causing panic and confusion. They seemed to challenge the very foundations of the cosmos, shaking the belief systems that held their world together. In response, ancient cultures sought to understand these events, to find meaning in the seemingly chaotic dance of the celestial bodies, often turning to their astronomers and wise men. They observed, they recorded, and they interpreted, creating detailed records and drawings that have survived through the ages. Across continents and cultures, a common thread emerges: the belief that eclipses were not merely astronomical events but divine messages, a bridge between the earthly and the divine. These celestial displays were seen as warnings, prophecies, or even punishments from the gods, demanding attention and action. To appease the heavens and avert disaster, ancient civilizations developed elaborate rituals and ceremonies, often involving the entire community. These practices, often involving sacrifices, prayers, and offerings, highlight the profound influence of eclipses on the spiritual and religious beliefs of our ancestors, shaping their rituals and traditions. From the astronomers of Babylon to the philosophers of Greece, ancient civilizations sought to understand the celestial ballet of eclipses, contributing to the early foundations of astronomy. Their observations and interpretations, though often steeped in superstition, laid the groundwork for our modern scientific understanding of these awe-inspiring events, bridging the gap between myth and science. In the heart of Mesopotamia, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, lay the ancient civilization of Babylon. This fertile region, often referred to as the cradle of civilization, was home to some of the earliest advancements in human history. Known for their remarkable advancements in mathematics, astronomy, and writing, the Babylonians were keen and diligent observers of the night sky. Their contributions to these fields have left an indelible mark on human knowledge. Their astronomers, meticulously tracking the movements of celestial bodies, were among the first to recognize the cyclical nature of eclipses. This recognition was a significant milestone in the history of astronomy. They developed sophisticated arithmetical methods to predict these celestial events, demonstrating a remarkable understanding of the cosmos. Their calculations were incredibly precise for their time. Babylonian cuneiform tablets, inscribed with detailed astronomical observations and calculations, provide valuable insights into their eclipse knowledge. These tablets are a testament to their advanced scientific thinking. These clay tablets, some dating back to the first millennium BC, reveal the Babylonians' ability to predict lunar eclipses with considerable accuracy. Their predictions were based on careful and continuous observations. They understood that lunar eclipses occur when the Earth passes between the sun and the moon, casting its shadow on the lunar surface. This understanding was a significant leap in astronomical knowledge. This knowledge, passed down through generations of scribes, highlights the advanced state of Babylonian astronomy. Their dedication to recording and preserving this information ensured its survival through the ages.
While the Babylonians excelled in predicting lunar eclipses, their understanding of solar eclipses remained shrouded in mystery. The complexity of these events posed a greater challenge. They recognized the periodicity of these events but lacked the geometrical framework to predict them accurately. This limitation did not diminish their curiosity and efforts to understand solar eclipses. They recognized the periodicity of these events but lacked the geometrical framework to predict them accurately. This limitation did not diminish their curiosity and efforts to understand solar eclipses. Solar eclipses, with their sudden darkening of the sun, were often met with fear and anxiety. The dramatic nature of these events left a profound impact on the people. The Babylonians associated them with negative omens, believing they foretold ill fortune for their rulers and their kingdom. This belief influenced their societal and political structures. Despite their anxieties, the Babylonians incorporated their eclipse knowledge into their religious and political systems. They performed rituals to appease the gods and mitigate the perceived threats. They believed that the heavens held sway over earthly affairs and that celestial events like eclipses could influence the fate of kings and nations. This belief was central to their worldview. This belief led to the development of astrological practices, with Babylonian priests interpreting the movements of celestial bodies to advise their rulers. Their interpretations were highly valued in decision-making processes. The Babylonian legacy in astronomy is undeniable. Their contributions laid the groundwork for future astronomical discoveries and methodologies. Their meticulous observations, mathematical models, and predictive methods laid the foundation for the development of astronomy as a science. Their work continues to be studied and admired. Their efforts to decipher the celestial code, to understand the language of the cosmos, continue to inspire astronomers and scientists today. The legacy of Babylonian astronomy lives on, bridging the ancient and modern worlds.
In the vast and ancient land of China, the celestial dragon held a prominent place in mythology and cosmology, symbolizing the intricate relationship between the heavens and the earth. This mythical creature, often associated with power, wisdom, and good fortune, was believed to inhabit the heavens, its movements influencing the earthly realm and the natural order of the universe. Eclipses, with their sudden darkening of the sun or moon, were viewed through the lens of this celestial dragon lore, adding a layer of mystique and awe to these celestial events.
Ancient Chinese astronomers, meticulous in their observations, developed their own unique understanding of eclipses, blending mythological beliefs with empirical observations. They believed that a celestial dragon, lurking in the heavens, would devour the sun or moon during an eclipse, an event that was both feared and respected. This act of celestial consumption, though terrifying, was not seen as entirely malevolent, but rather as a necessary part of the cosmic cycle. The dragon, in their view, was simply fulfilling its cosmic duty, maintaining balance in the universe and ensuring the continuity of natural processes. To ward off the dragon's appetite and restore celestial harmony, the Chinese developed elaborate rituals deeply rooted in their cultural and spiritual practices. During an eclipse, people would gather outdoors, banging drums, clashing cymbals, and setting off fireworks, creating a vibrant and noisy spectacle. This cacophony, they believed, would frighten the dragon, prompting it to release the celestial body from its grasp, thus restoring light and order. These rituals, deeply ingrained in Chinese culture, highlight the profound influence of eclipse mythology on their society, reflecting their collective efforts to interact with and influence the cosmos. Beyond the dragon myth, Chinese astronomers made significant strides in understanding the scientific basis of eclipses, bridging the gap between myth and science. They recognized the cyclical nature of these events, developing calendars and predictive models to anticipate their occurrence with remarkable accuracy. Their observations, recorded meticulously over centuries, provided valuable data for later astronomers and mathematicians, contributing significantly to the advancement of astronomy. The ancient Chinese viewed the cosmos as a vast, interconnected web, with celestial events influencing the earthly realm in profound ways. Eclipses, with their dramatic display of celestial power, held a special significance, captivating the imagination and curiosity of the people. Their interpretation of these events, though rooted in mythology, reflects a deep reverence for the cosmos and a quest to understand humanity's place within it, blending wonder with a desire for knowledge.
Imagine yourself under a darkening sky, a sudden chill filling the air. It's midday, yet the light fades as though night has descended in an instant. Thousands of years ago, this was the setting during a key moment in history, the day of the crucifixion. Could this be mere coincidence, or was there something much deeper, something divine? Chapter 1: Eclipse Mysteries in Religious Context. The New Testament speaks of a period of profound darkness covering the land during Jesus' crucifixion. Matthew 27:45 describes how, from noon until 3 in the afternoon, darkness fell. Some interpretations consider this darkness a literal solar eclipse, while others argue it as a symbol. What truly happened that day?
Many early Christians viewed this event as both a literal and divine sign. Whether it was an eclipse or something more mysterious, it symbolized cosmic mourning for the death of Christ. But even more interesting is the context. The crucifixion occurred during Passover, a full moon. Science tells us that solar eclipses don't happen during full moons, suggesting something other than a natural phenomenon.
Eclipses in ancient times were more than astronomical events. They were messages from the divine. The Hebrews, Babylonians, Greeks, and many others saw the darkening of the sun as an omen, often foretelling wars, shifts in leadership, or divine judgment.
In Amos 8:9, the Hebrew prophet foretold a day when the sun would go down at noon. For ancient civilizations, celestial changes weren't just weather phenomena. They were events laced with spiritual meaning, instructing, or sometimes warning the people. Eclipses were rare and breathtaking, the kind of sign you couldn't ignore.
Some scholars believe that even in the context of Jesus' crucifixion, the eclipse wasn't just a sign, but a symbol of the end of an era. Early Christians may have viewed the darkened sky as a divine response, signaling not only an end to earthly life, but also a shift towards spiritual salvation. The Hebrews were not alone in their eclipse interpretations. Across the world, the Egyptians, Babylonians, and even the Maya believed that celestial events were deeply entwined with divine will. Scholar 3. In Egyptian culture, eclipses were associated with the god Ra, who represented the sun. When the sun disappeared, Egyptians believed it was Ra battling the serpent Apophis, a symbol of chaos. To them, an eclipse symbolized Ra's struggle and eventual victory, a constant reminder of the battle between order and chaos. In Mesopotamia, an eclipse was seen as a prophecy. Astrologers recorded the dates, interpreting them as signs from the gods, often predicting political or social upheaval. Imagine living in a world where every celestial movement meant something. Your fate, your king's reign, even the stability of the world could be read in the stars. With the advent of modern science, we understand more about the mechanics of eclipses. We know why they happen, how frequently, and even the exact time and location. But does this knowledge replace the deeper meanings people once attributed to them? Astronomer. A solar eclipse happens when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun. What's fascinating is how perfectly the moon fits the sun's disk from our perspective. This cosmic coincidence allows us to see eclipses in such a unique way. But does knowing the science lessen the awe? I don't think so. We're talking about an event that aligns two celestial bodies perfectly. That's still something to marvel at. So if we understand eclipses scientifically, why do people still see them as more? Perhaps it's because they defy our everyday experience. They seem to stop time, make us look up, and remind us of how small we really are. For some believers, the scientific explanation does not strip away the divine meaning but adds to it. Could it be that science and religion are not at odds but rather complement one another? Theologian, in many ways science has deepened the mystery. Think about it, the precision required for an eclipse to happen. It's as if the cosmos is perfectly tuned, which to some believers implies a designer. The eclipse can be seen as a sign not just because it's unusual, but because it aligns with profound moments in human history, moments of faith, death, and renewal. Through history, artists captured the crucifixion in darkness, a veil drawn over the event, underscoring its divine significance. Today, we might call this metaphorical, but in ancient times this darkness was seen as a literal and spiritual veil, a sign from God. The crucifixion eclipse, whether literal or symbolic, stands at the crossroads of science and faith. For centuries, it has sparked a deeper question. Does the event hold more power as a historical anomaly or as a symbol crafted by the divine? Scientists, we have to look at evidence objectively. We know that a solar eclipse didn't happen during the time of Passover, but that doesn't mean the darkness wasn't real. Atmospheric phenomena or symbolic language could explain it. Theologian. But science cannot fully capture the power of faith or religious experience. Faith is a personal and sometimes collective journey. Eclipses provide a unique moment that bridges the natural and the divine, offering a glimpse beyond the tangible world. While science may explain how eclipses happen, it cannot explain why they continue to affect us so profoundly. Whether divine, natural, or symbolic, eclipses hold a power that goes beyond what we can see or measure. The mystery remains. Are eclipses cosmic messages, or are we simply reading meaning into shadows? 2,000 years after the crucifixion, the debate still lingers. Perhaps the truth, like the sun itself, remains partially hidden, shadowed by faith, illuminated by science, and kept alive by mystery.